Yo! What's going on, Briz? What's going on, man? Yo, it's weird. This is weird, man. I can't even lie. Like, I'm fucking weirded out by a screen. I've not been on my PC for a week. I've not even been on my laptop. I hadn't even streamed when I was on with Spain. So, yeah, this is weird. I sat down then on my desk. I was like, yo, this is weird. There's a wall in front of me, man. Like, what the hell's going on here? Yo, come on, we're back, man. All right, we gotta turn it up, bro. Yeah, 2 streams a day now. Come on, bro. Come on, we're back. What, last day of July? Come on, smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. We're gonna start having out the content now because City are back next. We're back in like 9 days, bro. That's next Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, like 9 days. City are back. What has been quick, that man? Yo, the time go by rapid. Time goes by so quick, man. It's not even funny. Bro, that is crazy, mate. Yo, I'm 31 this month, mate. In August. 31. You know how mad that is? That's actually wild. Oi, let me tell you something, yeah? Real talk, mate, yeah? If you're in your 20s, right? Chat, if you're in your 20s now, my advice is 1, enjoy yourself, but 2, like, don't enjoy yourself too much in it, because I'm telling you, bro, like, time goes by rapid. Like, it's actually unreal how quick time goes, man. How am I, bro? 31, bro. I'm an unk, man. Bro, I'm an unk. That's actually fucking wild. That's actually insane. Oh, it's actually mad how quick. I know for a fact, yeah, there's someone watching this going, who's like 50 years old going, he's right. He's spitting facts. It's actually insane, isn't it? It's actually insane. So, nah, make sure you enjoy yourself if you're in your 20s, innit? But you need to sort your life out. Yo, big up to Captain Cook, man. What's going on, bro? Big up to Tino. Says, yes, LB, welcome back. My Galaxy Buds 2 was stolen. But that's a rip, bro. But I don't know if you want to, yeah. I've got some called Earfun earbuds, bro. They were 60 quid. You got like 5-star reviews on Amazon, and they're actually fucking sick. So if you don't want to spend like 200 quid on try them. They're 60 quid on Amazon. Earfun, they're called. Yo, big up Pyrex, big up Mason, big up Gabriel. Come on, Ray. Big up Kathy, Daniel. What's going on, man? Bro, I didn't even know it was on. Big up Shambles, Louise, my camera just went off the screen. Big up Aravind, Omar, Joey, Deck, Sylvan. What's going on? People, smash these likes up, man. I smashed these likes up if you've not done so already. Big up to Stacey as well. Big up to Stacey as well for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate that. Let's go. Smash the likes. Yeah. Oh, that's actually wild. I can't believe I'm back streaming. I'm actually buzzing, man. I've had a good time off, innit? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, yeah, like, I'm not just going to go live all the time speaking about, like, bullshit stuff. So I just thought to myself, oh, you know what? I'll take a bit of chill time. Don't force the streams and that. I did a couple when I was on holiday and that. But, yeah, it's madness. It's actually wild. But there's a bit to talk about because we've signed James Trafford, boys. It's actually been done. We've signed the deal. He has come in and took the number 1 shirt. And I want to know what you guys' opinions are on that one. I big up Stacey. I want to know your guys' opinion. Where's my tan? I am kind of tanned in it, but like at the same time, like I don't know, man. I might have to get on the peptides in it, Malabasan, if you know, you know. Yeah, we signed James Trafford, chat, on a 5-year contract. We got him back from Burnley. And we'll speak about the right back situation in a minute, but I've not actually spoke about this since it's been announced. I did a beach stream. I don't know if you guys seen that. But yeah, what's you guys' thoughts on this? James Trafford, 5-year contract signed back to Manchester City. Is he going to be number 1? The rumors is right now that Ederson is going to stay and Ortega's going to go. But I'm still seeing news on the timeline that's saying Galatasaray still want to sign Ederson. So I don't know if that's like fully legit or whether it's not fully legit. I don't know. Like for me, I'll just say this, yeah. Like, it is obviously a gamble. It's a bit of a risk if he is going to be our number 1. Obviously, we don't know if he's going to be our number 1 at the moment. The indications are that he's not going to be the number 1. The indications are that Ederson's going to be the number 1, which, by the way, is also a bit of a risk with how he's been playing over the last 18 months or so. But I don't know, man. Listen, it's one of them, like, it could be mint. If it works out, it's going to be a great signing because he's English, so he's got that homegrown player. And to have two homegrown players out of your three goalkeepers is a bit of a cheat code. So it is a risk. Is it a risk worth taking? Maybe. But, like, I don't know. I have a bit of PTSD about what I seen when he was playing for Burnley in the Premier League 2 seasons ago. However, he was a young player then. I mean, he's still young now. He's had another year. He's gone back down to the Championship, absolutely slammed it. Like, yeah, fair fucks to him. I don't know. I'm not mad against it, but at the same time, like, it is a gamble. But as I've said bare times, it's a gamble no matter who you get in, to be honest with you. Ederson should start against Wolves. I think he will start against Wolves. I think he probably will. I don't think Pep's going to drop Ederson at the moment. Obviously, again, if he stays, because all the news at the moment that I'm seeing on social media indicates that Ederson's staying and Ortega's going. However, I'm still seeing rumours that Galatasaray want to sign Ederson. So, I don't know. I think that maybe there's still something in that potentially about Ederson. Maybe he will go. I don't know. But at the moment, it's looking like Ortega. And obviously, if Ederson does go, then James Trafford's the number one. There's no way Ortega's going to be the number one goalkeeper. By the way, I'm quite surprised that I'm not seeing more teams being linked with Ortega. Because look, I've gone off Ortega, yeah, myself. I don't know a lot. I still rate him and that. I still respect him for like some of the saves that he made, especially that one against Spurs. But I gone off him about a year ago. However, that doesn't mean I think he's a crap goalkeeper. I still think he's a good goalkeeper. I just don't think he's good enough to be Manchester City's number one. I still think he's a good goalkeeper, though, Ortega. So I don't know about you, but I am quite surprised that I'm not seeing more names. Like more teams being linked with Ortega. Yeah, I did actually see that. Josh, I seen that, Ortega was linked to United. That'd be what I mean. He's better than, bro, I'd rather have Ortega in net than Onana, 100%. But it is a little bit strange how not more teams. And the thing is as well about it, chat, yeah, I'd imagine that City would sell Ortega for quite cheap. Do you not think? I feel like City would sell him for like 10 mil. Like maybe even like 8, because they got him on a free transfer. And for some reason, goalkeepers are seemingly mad cheap. You look at Maignan, the guy at AC Milan, he's going for like, well, I think they wanted like 15 million euros. We've signed Trafford for quite a cheap price. So I reckon City could sell him for like 8 mil. And I just don't understand why there aren't more teams trying to sign him. In the Premier League, even Championship sides, Bundesliga teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really rate the guy that highly. You know what I mean? But I can't believe that he's like not even had any bids yet, to be honest. Sorry, guys. Need to get my vitamins in, innit? So, yeah, that's a bit weird. But, yeah, I did see that, Josh. I did see that. Ortega to United. That'd be mad. That'd actually be wild. Yeah, but this isn't. He took the number one shirt. I did see some people saying, "Oh, that's a bold move. That's a bold move to take the." I don't think it's a bold move to take the number one shirt. What's he going to do? Take the number 88? I mean, sometimes I think people read too much into it, man. This is the fact is, yeah, the guy's joining Manchester City. He will be our number one goalkeeper. Maybe not this year, but definitely next year. And the number one shirt is available. So obviously he's going to take the number one. So I think some people are reading too much into that. However, I did watch some of his interview. that he did with City. And again, I like how he speaks. You know what I mean? I like the sort of I like his story, man. I like his story of like he's been at City since he's 13. He come through the ranks. He's done that. He's done the hard yards. He's done Accrington. You know what I mean? Which not everyone will know Accrington if you're maybe an international fan, but they're a local club to City, not too far away. In the lower leagues. I don't even know what league they're in. I think they're maybe, is it Conference they're in or League 2? I'm not even sure. But he's gone to the lower leagues, you know what I mean, which I like. I like that. Then he's got a Burnley, done it. He backed himself, you know what I mean? He backed himself to go and to be sold. Yeah, he could have stayed on City's books, done the easy. You'll sign a 5-year contract. City would have kept him. Yeah, City would have kept him because he's English. Could have been a number 3. but you're not really. It's going to be tricky to become a number one at City if you're going to be a number 3 goalkeeper and then work your way up. You don't really work like that. You need to play games. So he backed himself. He went out on loan again to Bolton, to Burnley, sold to Burnley. Didn't have a particularly great time in the Prem, but then stuck there, stayed there, worked it out in the Championship. I like it. I like his story, but it's not. This ain't fucking Finding Nemo, mate. Yeah, I'm not interested in stories when it comes to the football. Like, I like his story and I like it, but at the same time, if you're making mistakes, I need to see you perform well. That's what I want to see on the pitch, man. I want to see good football players. Yeah, I'm not bothered about stories, bro. Yeah, but I like his story. I like the way he speaks. I like the way he backs himself. Like, you got to remember as well. Do I still have that clip loaded on now? No, I've not got the clip. But he did when he was at Accrington. He said he wanted to be Manchester City's number 1 when he was there. Like that is, he backs himself, and I like that. I like players that back themselves. I've always said that, and he does that a lot. So big up, man. I'm not buzzing about it. I'm excited about it. I'm interested to see how Pep's going to play this, and I'm interested to see who's going to leave, Ortega or Edison, because it seems like it's going to be Ortega, but we've had no bids, and that just seems a bit weird to me. Do you know what I mean? But then again, but it sounds like we have had a bid for Edison from Galatasaray, if you believe that. So yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. Is your head usually this bald? Yeah, yeah, it's usually this bald, bro. Ever since we changed, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the chat, man. I'll bring some of your comments up on screen in a sec. Sick jersey, bro. Yeah, it's a sick jersey, bro. It's fucking mint in it. I went shopping this morning because obviously I needed to get some. Bro, chat, how mad is the post-holiday food shop? Oh, you're just buying everything, mate. Come on, man. Come on. It's great. Costs a lot of money, though. So smash the likes up. Let's have a look at some of your comments, man. See what you guys are saying. Yo, big up to MCFC, bro, with a super chat. Yo, big up, bro. Appreciate it. It says, my theory is we're feeding rubbish to the English media about Edison so we can sell him for a good price to show we're not desperate to sell. Because there's also rumours that if he doesn't go Galatasaray, he'll go Al Nassr. Oh, I've not seen the Al Nassr rumours. But if that's true, then that could provide City with an option. I don't know. It's a weird one, bro. It is weird because, like I say, everything at the moment suggests that it's Ortega that's going. However, I think maybe you might be right. I think there's some... It just doesn't feel right, bro. If Ortega was the one that was going to be leaving, I felt like he would have just left. Because City would be selling him for like 8 mil, 7 mil. And I think you'd have so many teams happy to pay that for Ortega. Yeah, I mean, and he's on low wages. Whereas Edison, City are going to want a fee, but you're also going to have to give Edison the wages because obviously Edison wants dough. So I don't know. Listen, Ortega might still be the one that goes, yeah. However, I do think that maybe you might be onto something. And I think that it could still be Edison, even though everyone's saying it's Ortega. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, I don't know who's right or who's wrong, MCFC, but I'm saying don't shut down the Edison out. Think it might still be Edison that leaves. So yeah, you might be right, bro. I kind of feel like maybe you are right, to be honest. Yo, big up for the super chat. Appreciate it. Big up Zine Karl, man. 14 months says Trafford was defo signed with homegrown mind due to rumoured loans. If we to sum up the window, it's only been okay because of other teams moving mad, says Zine Karl. That other teams, you mean Liverpool, isn't it? Yeah, listen, there's no doubt about that Trafford was probably signed as well because he's homegrown. That's not the only reason. And you shouldn't be signing players just because they're homegrown, innit? Like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, you've got to sign players because they're good football players. Yeah, otherwise, you might as well go fucking sign Kyle Walker-Peters, mate. Do you know what I mean? Or some Donny in League Two. So you can't sign players just because they're homegrown. However, as we all are aware, yeah, we have this homegrown situation that we do need to buy players that are homegrown, hence why we was looking at Morgan Gibbs-White. But yeah, that's obviously a factor. But I think he's a good goalkeeper. I think the thing is with Trafford, yeah, he is a good goalkeeper, and I think he has the qualities to be a top-class goalkeeper. Yeah. However, we are a football club that wants to win here and now. You don't have, like, if we all agree that Pep's probably going to be leaving either this summer or like next summer or the summer after, yeah, then you got 2 years left with what I class as the greatest manager of all time. Do you want a goalkeeper that's a project goalkeeper in Pep Guardiola's last 2 years? I would suggest no. So that's the risk element to it. But this, you sign Costa, there's risks. You stick with Edison, there's fucking risks. There's risks all over the place. Yeah. Donnarumma, to be honest with you, is right there. He probably would have been the lowest risk, but Pep's never going to have Donnarumma because the guy can't kick a ball. I would have took him, but he ain't gonna do it, man, because he can't kick a ball. Yo, big up JT at 23 months. Oh, come on, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Says welcome back, LB. Smashed it. Yeah, smash these likes up as well, people. Yo, big up 23 months. Appreciate it, JTI. But yeah, to sum up, yeah, let me do a poll in the chat as well. Let me do a poll up on the chat. Thoughts on Trafford, and if you're watching back on replay, just give us your comments down below, innit? Give us your comments down below on Trafford. Like, what's your thoughts? Buzzing? Okay with it? Would rather we didn't. Awful. I'm going to be back. I'm going to do all four. Yeah. Let me know in the chat. There's now a poll in the chat. If you're watching back on replay, just let me know in the comment section what you guys are saying. And we'll see. LB, check the new Venezia shirt. All right, these guys make banger kits, by the way. Yeah, they actually do. Let me show you this. Let me have a look at this kit. Fuck it out. I'm blocking it. Pause on this site. Fucking hell. Hope you guys have all submitted your ID, lads. You know what I mean? Can't be watching YouTube without digital ID nowadays. Let's have a look. Is it this one here? Fucking hell. I don't need that. Oh wow. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting kit. Very, very retro-esque. Yeah, that's interesting kit, bro. Yeah, I don't know if I do like it, but at the same time, I don't like it, but I do like it. Like, I do like it. I don't think I'd wear it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, Venezia kit's always slap. This one's fucking beautiful, mate. Yeah, I remember I wore this on a City watch along, right, once. Nah, I'm not watching the Arsenal game, man. I'm going to get back fully on watch-alongs and everything tomorrow. I wore this on a City watch-along, right? And I got fucking clipped up. And everyone was like, why would you wear a different team's kit when you're watching your own team? I'm like, bro, I'm wearing a fucking random second division Italian team's kit because it's fucking nice. And it's just on the fucking wardrobe. Like, it's not that deep, bro. It's not like I'm wearing a Chelsea shirt. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, smash these likes up. Right, let's move on to the main event. We've done the Trafford stuff. We've spoke about Venezia kit. Yeah. The news. We got transfer news, boys. We got transfer news. And yeah, it's interesting because I was reading a lot of people's views on Twitter. I was on Twitter yesterday on my phone. Oh, by the way, fucking hell, I was meant to stream last night. Got cooked, bro. Got roasted. Y'all heard that about the what's it called? The radar situation. Yeah, in London. Yeah, bro. I was on a flight, yesterday back from Spain. Yeah, and obviously I know a lot about planes, innit, yeah? And I said to my girlfriend, I said about an hour, yeah, into the flight, I said to my girlfriend, we've been put in a hold. And she goes, what's a hold? I said, we're in a holding pattern. She went, what do you mean? I said, we just keep on flying around in a circle. And she said, what's going on? I said, that means something's not right. I said, that means something's gone wrong. Like, it can be something's wrong with the plane. And they try to figure out what's wrong. So they get put in a hold while they're sorting some shit out. Or it can mean like something's going on in the local area. And anyway, about 30 minutes later, we were still in this hold. And I was like, yeah, we're defo fucked here, yeah. And obviously, we don't know anything because you don't got no internet on your phone. And the next thing, the guy comes on, the guy comes on with his fucking mic, and he's like, "Hello, this is your captain speaking. Unfortunately, we have some bad news. Air traffic control is down in the UK, so we're going to have to divert to another airport." And I was like, "Told you." And then basically we had to land in Santiago, which is north of Spain, right? So it took us the whole flight from Spain, from Spain to England. The whole flight was meant to be 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes to go from Spain to Spain. Yeah, then we landed in Spain. That's 2 hours, 30 minutes. Yeah. Then we had to wait on the plane for about an hour while they sorted out the fucking fuel and shit. And then it took another 2.5 hours to get from Spain back to England, man. Fucked. Basically, I got delayed by like 5.5 hours, bro. It's a madness, yeah? So sort your fucking radars out, mate. Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, it was a madness. Anyway, sorry about that. I do have to go off tangents, innit? Also, could I not stream for like 2-3 weeks properly? Like 2 weeks. Like I've got like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Manchester City are suggesting incomings are now complete for the summer, saying there are no plans to bid for Newcastle's Tino Livramento and no ongoing talks around a right back. So all our business is now completed. Well, incoming, obviously incomings. We might still get rid of players. No right back. I want to hear your thoughts on this. It means, as it stands, our right back options are Matheus Nunes, Rico Lewis, Akanji, and maybe Huzanov, because he has played there a couple of times. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people don't think he's a right back. I'm just saying they're the options based off of. And maybe you could add John Stones, but I think John Stones is not a right back. I don't think he's got the agility for it at all. So what do we think about that? Okay, so I'm disappointed that we're not signing a right back because I wanted a right back at the football club. We've not had a left back at the football club, a proper one, for about a decade. We finally got one, and now we're not going to have a proper right back. So I'm disappointed with that. I'm also disappointed because, and I'm going to be balanced here, so don't worry about it, yeah? I'm also disappointed because going back to what I was saying before about Pep Guardiola is probably going to be leaving City at the end of this season or the end of next season, right? And I would have preferred in his last couple of years just to give him all the tools that he needed so he could just win as many trophies as he can before he eventually leaves. And by not giving him a right back and actually having no right back at the football club basically means that, yet again, he's going to have to wing a position like he's had to do for the left back position. So I'm disappointed in that. Having said that, you can win trophies without having an out-and-out right back. We've seen that because we won the treble playing Akanji at right back. And we won many trophies without even having a left back. Zinchenko, not a left back. Delph, not a left back. Cancelo was actually a right back. Ake, maybe he's a kind of a left back. He's played there quite a bit, but yeah, still not properly a left back. But I'm a bit disappointed. I think Nunes, therefore, should be our starting right back going into the season, in my opinion. I think he's the best out of all the available options right now. Between him, Rico Lewis, Akanji, and Huzanov, I think he's the best. However, he is still massively error-prone. And even when he was playing well towards the end of the season, and he was playing very well towards the end of the season, he was still making a lot of errors in games. Hopefully, he can stop that. And to be honest with you, this is where the coaching staff have to get in there, because a lot of his errors were the same errors. We spoke about this before. He'd get the ball on the right side. So, like, the touchline was behind him, and he'd receive the ball back. And instead of passing it, or he'd pass it backwards or inside. So, for me, this is where coaching is massively important, because a lot of his errors were the same errors. He'd just get the ball on the wing, in his own half, and play it in the middle or play it backwards, and either not pass it with enough power or pass it like inaccurate. So you got to be coaching him and saying, right, these are all the clips of where you've made an error. Yeah. You're doing the same shit all the time. You're either under-hitting the ball or you're being inaccurate. So either when you get the ball on your right foot, if you're in a bit of a sketchy situation, just get your left foot and whack it. Yeah. Or you got to be making sure that you're dialed in when you're passing that ball. Bang, you're putting power on it. Accuracy, accurate with your passes. If you do that, I don't think you'll get as many errors. I think he'll be okay. I personally think that he did massively improve in an actual defensive aspect. His sort of like decision making defensively. It's more giving the ball away. The reason that Nunes doesn't play in midfield is because he's not good enough on the ball. He's not secure enough with it, and that's one of the reasons he makes those errors defensively. If he can sort of fix that, I think he'll be okay. I think that he still will make errors, but everyone makes errors. I think he probably will make quite a few errors. Champions League will be a bit scary for me. But I don't know. I think that, for me, honestly, chat, you want to know my honest opinion? Do you want my honest opinion? It's not even Nunes that worries me. It's the backup options. I think Nunes is all right, to be honest with you. Yeah, I won't mind him. I was happy to keep Nunes as a as a backup player. It's not even Nunes. I think maybe we're focusing our energy here in the wrong position. I think it's the backups. Rico Lewis, not good right back for me. He's not defensive. Again, if you're playing well, I think he can work. Rico Lewis in a defensive back four is not good. Akanji has been good, but going forward, he's awful. So he'd have to play a back three where he's not going forward. And he's massively dropped off a cliff. And then Huzanov, yeah, he's sort of similar to Akanji in that he can't go forward with it, but we don't fully know too much about him because we've not seen him enough in that position. I don't even think, I think, to be honest with you, we're probably focusing our energy in the wrong area when it comes to the right back. I don't really think there's much wrong with Nunes. Like, I think he's a good player. I don't think he's amazing. And I definitely think we need to get a new right back. But, you know, he's shown last season that he's decent. I just think our backup option, I think, to be fair, I think, you know what? I think Nobbins actually tweeted about this. I think he actually said, Nunes ain't even that bad. It's the fact is, when he gets out, yeah, you're massively changing your system. And I think the drop-off in quality is crazy. Yeah. Now, my question here is, why should we not have just signed Dumfries for £15 million? Now, I know some people don't like short-term options, yeah, but we're going into a season now, yeah, with Nunes, Akanji, Huzanov, and Rico Lewis as right backs. We could have signed Dumfries for 15 million. I'm not even saying you have to start. You could have started new. Like, could we not have just signed Dumfries as a short-term option? And you say, right, you got Dumfries and Nunes. Now you got that for another 2 years. Yeah. And then you revisit the right back option in 2 years, 3 years. Yeah. I don't know. I just think for me, I just think that would have been a cheap option. So people can't even like go, it's not FIFA because he's cheap. He's literally 15 million quid. And yeah, I don't know. I just think for me, like that was something that was available. Yeah. Alaina could have been, I would have took him. I would have took Alaina, 100%. I would have took him as a short-term option. You could have got him for 20 million, and he's homegrown as well. He's homegrown player. So you could have got him. I don't know. I just feel that there were short-term options available that we could have gone for this summer if we couldn't get Tino Livramento. And because the thing is, right, people will be like, oh, well, there's not that many right backs out there. Are we going to be absolutely certain that there's going to be a right back available next summer? How do we know that there's going to be a right back next summer? We might get to next summer and we might look around the market and go, oh, you know what? There's still no right back. So then what do? I don't know. I just think we should have probably just signed a short-term solution. A short-term solution. You know what I mean? And I think I like Aina. I think he's a good player. Different to Nunes as well. You know what I mean? Good player. Very, very good player. We've seen him a couple of times last year when City played against Forest. I think he only played against us once, funny enough. But I like him, man. I like him. Homegrown player. Could have had him for a couple of years. And then, you know, you then go back for a right back in a couple of years' time. Because remember, yeah, we've still got quite a lot of business to do next summer. You're probably going to need another goalkeeper, centre-backs, another midfielder when Bernardo leaves, and maybe a winger. And maybe they'll go for a backup striker if, you know, we're struggling with the Haaland like on his own situation. I know I've got Marmouche, but maybe that won't work. I don't know. Like, I'm not fuming about it, but I am disappointed. I can't hold my like. And the thing is, Karl did say in his interview that we've got a list of targets and then secondary targets, and it's like appears that wasn't the case with the right back because it doesn't look like we ever had a secondary target for Livramento. It looked like it was Livramento or bust. So I don't know, like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. If Nunes does well, like, we'll be all right. But if he starts making bozo errors every game, you're gonna be cooked, man. Because I just don't know who else you're gonna play in that position. You know what I mean? I'm just not a fan of a Kanji right back, or Rico. Rico right back's okay if the team's playing mint. But if the team's not playing mint, then I'm not sure. Let's see what you guys are saying. I think Nunes will do well, says Baraka. Hopefully, bro. Well, we need him to do well, because if he doesn't do well, then nah. I thought people might say we're going in for late in the window for Livramento. Nah, it doesn't look like it, bro. No, that's Jack Garn, by the way, who said that, who's one of the best sources for City. So I doubt that's the case. I'd rather City just stick with Núñez than go for some average right back. There aren't many world-class ones out there anyway. It's not City's into short-term fixes. Says okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, listen, not everybody's into. Oh my god, this has got like herbal shit in it. Ah, mate, that's so good, bro. What is that? Easy breathe with menthol and eucalyptus. Oh my god, that's fucking unbelievable, chat. I get that everyone's not into short-term fixes and that, but like, I don't know. I just think that like you got a couple of short-term players available there who are decent players, and you could have had them as backups. You know what I mean? You're telling me? Are you telling me seriously, right? If we went for Olayena and said to Olayena, "Come to City for a couple of years," you're telling me he's going to say no? I don't. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I just honestly don't see that. I think he would have joined. I think he would have been better backup than what we currently have. I tell you what, though. Yeah. I tell you what, yeah. What I would like, I hear what you're saying, Biggsy, but my time frame is shorter. What I would like though is that next summer we go big for whoever the next like big right back is. Like, here's the facts. Here's the facts. Yeah, some of you guys in this chat, yeah, I've been gassing up this what's he called, Fernandez at Porto, right? So you best believe, yeah, that we're going to be doing some Portal watch on. We're going to be watching this guy. And if he's as good as some of you guys are saying, then next summer I want us to go and get him. Yeah, but the thing is, Vanderson ain't obviously on City's radar, bro, because Vanderson's 24. So if City wanted Vanderson, they'd go and get Vanderson. There's literally no reason for City not to sign Vanderson if they don't want him. Whereas Fernandez is under 21, so he doesn't cause you a problem with the Premier League homegrown rule, cause you a problem with the Champions League, but not the Premier League. Yeah, so maybe they'll go for him, but maybe they want one more year. Maybe they want one more year of scouting him because he's hardly played. Yeah, Livramento will only have 2 years left on his contract next year. That'll make it a little bit easier to get him out of Newcastle than this year. This year, the problem is with Newcastle with Livramento is Newcastle held all the power. Newcastle hold all the power, and unless Livramento goes on strike, which I don't think he's going to do, you can't get him out. Whereas next year, 2 years, the power starts shifting a little bit more to the player. Not fully. 2 years still decent for the club, but the club's starting to think, if he doesn't sign a new contract and he runs his contract down next summer, then it's a year. Before you know it, the player's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do one more year, leave on a free. I'm only 24. So maybe City will go big for Livramento next year. Maybe Newcastle will be a bit more willing. And obviously, here's what you got to think as well. If Isak is leaving Newcastle, which I did not think was going to happen, by the way. I did not think that was going to happen at all. At all. Then there's no way, there is absolutely no way Newcastle were going to sell Livramento and Isak. And maybe that's why City struggled with the negotiations, because City went to Newcastle and said, oh, we want to take Livramento. And they were like, nah. And maybe they didn't sell City. Why? Maybe they were just like, nah, we're not selling him. And City were like, oh, fair enough. Maybe the reason they're not selling him is because they knew that they might have to sell Isak because Isak wants out. And there's no way they were going to sell Isak and Tino Livramento. But then are they going to sell Livramento next year? I don't know. I think the Newcastle story at the moment, the Newcastle, it's such a weird thing for Newcastle, because I really thought this summer, Newcastle, they just won a trophy. Yeah. And I thought they'd keep hold of all the players. And I thought they were going to keep hold of all the players. And I thought they were going to go big in the transfer market. I thought, you know what? They could be in a title race next year. Not win it, but they could be in a title race, maybe like 10 points behind the leaders. They're only 18 points or something behind Liverpool this season. So with all new signings, I thought, you know what, they could be close. They could be like 10 points off the title, and then, you know, getting closer. But it just looks like the wheels are falling off a little bit, man. If they sell Isak, it's just fucking mad. I did not think they were going to sell him, but it sounds like Isak proper wants out, which is wild. I thought he was going to stay another year. And you see all the shit that's happening as well, by the way, chat, yeah? Yeah, they've been rejected by bare players as well. See, this is see this thing that's going on with the fee. Yeah, I got cooked when Haaland signed his contract. I said I want there to be a release clause. I want there to be a release clause. And everyone was like, why do you want there to? You don't know what you're talking shit. You don't know what. Why do you want a release clause? Because I said, when you have a player like that, yeah, you don't want shit going down if the player wants to leave. You want a clause in the contract, which the club know and the player knows. It says, if you want to leave, no problem, but this is the fee. And this is why when Haaland signed that contract, I said, I want there to be a release clause. Because if Haaland turns around in 2 years or 3 years or whatever and says, you know what, lads, I want out, City can go, no problem, mate. That's the fee because you signed a contract. And he can't moan then because it's in the contract. Well, when you have a player who's like an Isak, who wants to leave, or Kane when he was at Spurs, and they want to leave, and then the club say it's this price, and they're like, what? Nah. Then it causes a friction, and this ain't good. Whereas if there was a release clause in the contract for Isak, and Isak said to Newcastle, I wanted to leave, Newcastle go, no problem, that's the fee you signed a contract. The player can't moan. Yeah, I've had enough of these players. Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of these players, mate. This has done the same thing, bro. Yeah? This is stop doing these things, bro. These gentlemen's agreements. I'm sick and tired of these players who sign these contracts here with no release clauses. They're getting paid absolute skrill, and then when they want to leave, they start moaning at the club, going, "Oh, the club! You said to me on a gentleman's agreement I could leave." What are you talking about, mate? If you wanted to leave, you should have put a release clause in the contract. Yeah? You didn't put a release clause in the contract. Why? Because you wanted the cash, mate. So you get the big cash, and then now you want to leave. Nah, bro, that's how it works. So I know for a fact I was right on that. I'm happy that Haaland apparently has a release clause in like 2-3 years. About 200 mil, 250 mil. But if he wants to leave, he'll leave, and someone will pay the fee. And if he don't, he doesn't leave. Simple as. Yeah, that's how it is, man. In it, 47, man. What is this gentleman's agreement, bro? You're talking about multi-million-pound deal, like tens of millions. And for some of these players, like Haaland, it's probably hundreds of millions. Hundreds. And you're going to have a gentleman's agreement. Like, I get it. Like, some countries, like France, yeah? How weird is France, by the way, yeah? Fucking not allowed contract release clauses. I don't know why. They say it's some sort of like protection. I'm not entirely sure how that protects someone when they physically can't leave the job. But yeah, listen, if it's literally banned in your country, then fair fucks. But it's not banned in this country. So have them. And if they're not, shut up and stop moaning. Let's have a look what you guys are saying. If homegrown right back is the only option, Archie Gray. I'm just not. Nah. It's just a mid player, bro. He might go on to be mint, but we've got too many projects, man. Far too many projects. He's a project player, B. I don't want another project. Yeah, if we're signing players, I want legit players or players that are close to being world class. Big up Homelander with the super chat says, you seen Roma 2, including buy option in Echeverri. Why did we buy him? Is it? It has a buy option. What? Where's that? I did see that City were looking to loan him to Roma. I've not seen that there's a buy option. What is that? That can't be true, that's false, no buy option. Just a rumor. I doubt that's the case. I doubt that's the case. I don't think there's going to be a buy option in Echeverri because that's ridiculous. That's not ridiculous. Unless they put a buy option in there and a buyback or whatever. But I very much doubt that's the case. But yeah, I did see that thing about Vita Hayes though. Oh yeah, I've seen it here. Sorry, bro, I didn't see this. No, I've not seen this. Man City want to send Claudio Echeverri to Girona, while the player wants AS Roma, who are pushing for an option to buy in the deal. Yeah, they want an option to buy because they know he's fucking mint. That's why. That's why they want an option to buy, because they know he's absolutely class, bro. And they're going to be like, yo, we can buy this guy, even if we have to put an option in there for 30, 40 million. We could be getting a top player here. My thoughts on that would be no. No. There's no option. There's no agree. There's nothing. It's just a straight loan. I just don't see any upside in that. Why would you do that? Yeah, unless you put the only way this would work for City is if you put a obligation to buy and he turns out to be absolutely trash, and then we sell him for like 40, 50 million and he's just dog shit. But I don't think he's dog shit. I think he's a really good player. So no, for me, I'd be massively against that. But I tell you now, I am going to be doing a lot of actually very watch-alongs next year. See what he's about, man. Bro, just get Munoz. He has pace. He can score. Does well against wingers in EPL. Played well against Vinicius Junior when playing for Colombia. Bro, I was down for that. Again, he fell into my short-term option. I think he's 29. I thought he was great against City in the FA Cup final. Defensively and offensively, thought he did really, really well. And the problem that you got with Munoz is that he's going to be more expensive, and when you're paying that much money for a short-term option, it's kind of a bit, I don't mind paying. Again, I'm not really that bothered, but I'm saying from the club point of view, they're not going to spend. Basically, Palace are not going to sell this guy for anything less than 40 million. Are you going to spend 40 million on a short-term option? Doubt it. You know what I mean? I don't think so. 45 million, Walter saying in the chat. So, yeah, I just don't think we're going to spend 45 million on short-term. But as a player, I think the guy's class, bro. I think he's mint. Do you know what I mean? I really, really do. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think short-term options, you got to look at someone who's a bit cheaper. So, an Olaiina would have been an option. Dumfries would have been an option. This guy ain't it's a bit too expensive for a short-term option. But if you could get him for 30, I'd probably pull the trigger. I just don't think you're going to get him for 30. Top player, though. Real top player. Reinders is a right back. Oh, Eleanor Reinders is a right back. Get the brothers reunion. Get out of here, Will, man. We're having serious conversation, bro. No time for jokes. It's about time you come back. I'm just kidding. Good to have you back, man. Nah, I'm actually low-key, bro. I'm buzzing to be back, man. Not even low-key. I'm actually legit just buzzing to be back. Honestly, 2 streams a day. Starting tomorrow. We will be there. Yeah, August is going to pop off. It is. Yeah, smash these likes up as well. Big up Emmanuel, bro. Big up to you, Ray. Big up Sam says, do you think Grealish stays? Nah. I maintain my position that he will probably leave Manchester City in the last week of the transfer window when City are just in a fucked situation, and we'll get rinsed. We'll probably end up paying at least 150k of his wages, and he'll be loaned. Like, you got to think about it in terms of like the club that's going to buy him, right? There is clearly right now no major desire from a number of clubs to sign Jack Grealish. We're probably looking at a couple of clubs, yeah? So because of that, why would you as a buying club try and negotiate now with City? You just wouldn't, would you? You just go, you know what? We'll leave it to the last week of the window and we'll knock on City's door and say, you're going to be stuck with Grealish on 300 grand a week who you're never going to play. We'll take him on loan, no loan fee, and we'll pay 100 grand a week. The City go, what are you going to do? You're going to go, well, you might as well. Yeah, we're going to be paying 200 grand a week. Yeah, or whatever. I'm just saying, like, the fees are fees. Yeah, we're going to be paying X amount of his wages to not play for us. But what's the alternative? Pay the whole 300 grand a week for him to not play for us because he won't be playing for us. Pep ain't going to play him. So I think he leaves. I think he leaves in the last week of the window on loan, and I think we'll get cooked on the wages. But it is what it is. Like, we got to hold the L, innit? We got to hold the L. Sometimes, clubs get themselves in these positions sometimes. The facts are, yeah, when you put your players on mad wages, sometimes you're going to get screwed over. Yeah, it's happened to us before. We've done it before, It's what it is. Sell Gundogan, Akanji, Bikeway, and Wharton. I like Mike Way, man. I think he's fucking... I'm not going to say he's mint, but I think he's a good player. He really impressed me for England at the Euros a couple of years ago. I think he's a really good player. If he goes Liverpool as well, that's unbelievable. I think Newcastle should be just full sending Mark Way. I think he's top class. I've had him Wharton. Yeah, he was a player that I just didn't see play good until the FA Cup final, obviously. I think we sign Wharton next summer. That's my long-term thing. I think City buy Wharton next year. When Bernardo Silva leaves, I think we get Wharton. But Mark Way's not going to join City because he's not going to play. He'll be on a bench because Guardiola. Whereas at Liverpool, he will play. Number one, Van Dijk's 33, so he's not going to be able to play every game. Kanati's leaving next year. I don't think he signed a new contract, so he's leaving on a free next year unless he signs a new contract. So he'll play a lot, and it is what it is. He won't play in front of Diaz. He won't play in front of Diaz. He doesn't know he's not going to do that. Going to do that, bro. But I rate him. I think Mark Guehi's top player. I'm surprised that bare teams are not all over him, man. LB feels like next summer finishes the rebuild, lots of money and contracts ending next summer. That's when you add the final. Yeah, listen, I do feel that maybe City's rebuild has been cut by a player or two because we can't get rid of some of these players. And I think that Pep, again, I've spoken about this before with Pep Guardiola, but Pep tells us stuff in the press, but in a weird sort of coded way. And he said, didn't he? He said a lot of players, he said some players are going to stay, but they might not be happy with the minutes. Yeah. For me, when you deep what he's actually saying there, Pep Guardiola's just told us that he's told players they ain't playing, but they ain't leaving. So I think there's a number of players at this football club that have been told by Pep that they're not in his plans for next year, or told by the club that they need to leave, and they're just going, nah, I ain't leaving. What do? You can't force the player out the club. If the player says they don't want to leave, the player says they don't want to leave. You've got to keep them. Now, you don't have to play them. You have to pay them. Yeah, you can't just not pay them, but you don't have to play them. You can say, all right, cool, you can stay, but you ain't playing, bro, because we've got better players than you, and the facts are we don't need you now. Yeah, now who those players are is up for debate. Some of them we know. Gundogan's probably been told he needs to leave. Yeah, maybe Kovacic, maybe Stones, probably Stones, and maybe Akanji, and definitely Grealish. Now, who knows if any of them are going to leave? But I think this is where I think we got to be a bit ruthless, and maybe we have, and maybe these conversations have already been had, and if they've not been had, maybe they'll have. Obviously, the players are back to training now. Maybe they'll be had this week. But I think the club have to say to some of these players, you are not in our first 11, and you're not even on the bench, and and it sounds bad, but like, bro, you can't just have a squad of 27, 28. So you just got to tell him, like, for me, you got to be saying to some of these players, listen, we brought these new players in, Vitor Hayes, yeah, Huzanov, like, we want to be progressing them. They're the future. So, midfield, Nico Gonzalez, Tijani Reinders, they're the future. They're the here and now, and you're not respectfully. But again, if they just refuse to go, they refuse to go. So it is what it is. I'm not that fussed so long as, like, they don't get played over the players that are new and should be here and should be playing, who are better than them. Because that just then is like, what the fuck's going on here? We're just going to get another season like last year. So I'm not really that arse. So I don't care if these players stay. It don't matter to me. What matters to me is who's playing on the football pitch. And if he's still playing Kovacic and Gundogan ahead of Tijani Reinders or Nico Gonzalez, then I'm going to be like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Also, I'm just speculating, but maybe that's another reason that City said to Kevin De Bruyne, you got to go. Because maybe City had these conversations with some of these other players that back in March and said, you need to go. Or maybe the players just went, I'm not leaving. And then they were like, fuck, we can't keep Kevin De Bruyne as well because he'll want $250K a week. I don't know. To be honest with you, like, I see a lot of people going sick about it, yeah, and a couple of you guys in the chat are going, like, these players have got to leave. I don't think the players have to leave. I'm not asked about if the players leave. I'm asked about who Pep picks on the pitch. Like, who does it? It don't matter to me. If Gundogan stays, right, but he's in the stand and he's picking Reinders, he's picking Rodri, he's picking Nico Gonzalez, why does that matter? It literally does not matter one little bit. If he's picking Kovacic over Reinders, or he's picking Kovacic over Nico Gonzalez, then yeah, that's when people will be like, and me, that's when I'll be like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Unless Pep actually resigns, like he said he would do. So he resigned. He said, if we have more than 23 players, I'm going to resign, which was pretty mad. See what you guys say. Yo, Bill Bailey as well, man. What are you saying? Weird how people think Pep would not have chosen the better midfielders if he had them last season. As soon as KDB was fit, he was in the team as much as possible. Yeah, and I go back to that interview that Pep did. I don't know who he did the interview now. It was about a month ago. And the guy's first question was something like, how do you get better next season? And he said, give me better players. So, again, Pep can't say to the question, how can we get better next season? And say, give me better players. And then start playing the same players. Like, that doesn't work, bro. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. It's one of them, like, it's one of them. I don't really care that much if the players leave or not. I care about who he picks on the football pitch. And if he's picking Kovacic or Gundogan over the new guys, then yeah, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to be frustrated. If he's picking a Kanji over Vita Huzanov, then yeah, I'm going to be a bit pissed off. Yeah. The only one I won't be pissed off with necessarily is Ederson for Trafford, because I think that's still up in the air. But if Ederson keeps playing like he was in the Club World Cup or he was last season, then I'll be pissed off. That's what it is. Cheryl says, not fair on Nico. He gets random minutes to prove himself, makes a mistake, he's benched for the next month. Yeah, I don't know about Nico. I think the thing is with Nico, yeah, is we were winning games when he wasn't in the team. So I think Pep was just stuck with that. But I'd like to see more Nico Gonzalez. I know some people just don't rate him in that. And listen, that's cool. If you don't rate him, you don't rate him. That is what it is. Yeah. But for me, I think he's a good player. The problem is, Cheryl, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, he's probably not going to be a regular starter in the City team like week in, week out. Like, I know Pep rotates, yeah, but he also has a core 11 in his head. Like, you're probably my core. He's not better than Reinders. He's not better than Rodri. So he's not getting in either of those two positions week in, week out. However, as we all agree, one thing that all City fans agree with is that Rodri cannot play every single minute of every single game this year. So he is going to hopefully play in that position with Reinders as a 2, as a pivot. And Reinders will need to be rested and rotated. So I think he will get a lot of game time. I just think he's going to be more of a rotator. But I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a good player. That's why I like when Fabrizio come out and said, oh, he thinks that he might leave. Or City are open for offers or whatever for the hour that rumour was going on. I was like, what? I was like, no way is that true. It turned out not to be true. City deaded it an hour later. But I think he's a good player, man. I rate him. He'll become that in the future. I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. Yo, big up William, man. Says he's 24 and scored 1 goal in 21 matches in the Eredivisie last season. He's Iliano Reinders glazing act starts now. YouTube skills compilation here. Get out of here, bro. He's from the Eredivisie as well. You know, I fucking hate that league, bro. I just don't rate it at all, man. I don't rate it at all. I just think you get when you get players from the Eredivisie come to England, man, I swear down most of them bomb, mate. Yeah, I swear most of them. You look at United, how many players have they signed to the Eredivisie over the last couple of years that are all shit? I just don't rate it, bro. I just don't rate the league. I think they're all very techy, but I think they lack something. I'm not sure what it is, but when they come to the Premier League, a lot of these players from the Eredivisie just don't work, man. Yeah, for me, I just want to keep shopping in Germany, mate. Yeah, I want to keep shopping in Germany. Germany's the place to go shopping. And it's cheap, mate. Yeah, it's cheap. The way Liverpool and their fans are belittled Newcastle is a disgrace. And if Newcastle sell to them, they should close the club ASAP. Where is Rodri? Yeah, I don't know about that, Liverpool, the club that always claims to have their class. But at the same time, you do have you have to have a little bit of sports banter, don't you? So I don't know. I'll try not to go too fully woke on this shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think Newcastle are stuck in what's the saying? In between a rock and a hard place. Because do they sell him to Liverpool, strengthening a rival, or do they sell him to Saudi, who don't they own? Don't the same people that own the Saudi club own Newcastle? So is that just not weird? I don't know, man. I don't know. If it was me, if I was Newcastle, I'd be on the phone to Barcelona, try to do a deal for next summer. and saying, can you afford 100 million quid next summer for Isak? And if they say yes, say, right, so Isak, stay one more year and go Barcelona next year. But I don't know if you can even do that, if that's even like a legit thing. But I don't know. At the end of the day, if the player wants to go, this is the thing, yeah, about like selling players and that. And it's like, and again, I go back to why you need to have release clauses in the contracts. And I know fans see release clauses in their own players' contracts as negative, and they are negative. But like, if the player wants to go, the player could just be a prick and go on strike. And if that happens, that doesn't benefit your club. How does that benefit your club? You'd be much better off with the cash in your bank. So I don't know, man. Like, I just think Newcastle are just gonna have to sell to Liverpool and just deal with it. Don't know what you do. I don't know what Newcastle can do. Like, what can you do? If Isak's saying he ain't going to train with Newcastle and he only wants to go Liverpool, what you gonna do? Say we're not selling him. All right, then. Well, I'm not playing for you. I'm going to go strike. How does that help anyone? You're better off with the 120 million quid so you can reinvest. Yeah, the problem for Newcastle now is who would they get? Because Gyökeres is gone, Osimhen's gone. Who else was there? There was a couple of other players. Now you could go and get Sesko, but I don't rate that Sesko guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing it. But that's why I think yeah, Sesko, man. Sesko, don't rate that Sesko, bro. Bro, Pender, man. Pender's a good player. Pender is definitely a good player. But yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, man. That's a bit of a weird one. Let's chat. Let's speak about this. Let me see. Where is it? This chat. Vitor Hayes has requested to leave Manchester City on loan with a view towards increased playing time. Now, the 19-year-old has offers from Porto and Bayer Leverkusen, while Manchester City believe the players in their plans and agrees but will be released soon. Okay, so if you remember, Pep Guardiola, it come out about maybe 3 weeks ago. He said Vitor Hayes is in Pep Guardiola's plans. Pep wants Vitor Hayes to stay at the football club. However, what Pep says half the time, take with a pinch of salt. Again, one of the issues you got with Vitor Hayes, and this is why I flip-flopped on this quite a bit, he's not going to play over Gvardiol. He's not going to play over Diaz, and I don't think he'll even play above Abdelkader Huzanov. That's 3. Then you add into the equation Nathan Ake. He's not going to play over Nathan Ake. So he's 5th choice. His 5th choice. And what I've said in the past is that I'd rather him be loaned out while he can play week in, week out and develop his game. Now, if we can get him to a club like Porto or Leverkusen, and obviously, yeah, we've got Ten Hag, and that's sad. That is bad. I think that could be really good for his game. Playing week in, week out for a top team in the Champions League could be really, really beneficial. If you're loaning him out to Girona, personally, I would be massively against that. I've been massively against loaning him out to Girona. Yeah, Girona have been stripped. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they've signed, if they've improved the team. I don't know. But I would be against him going to Girona. If we could loan him to a top team or a Premier League side, I'd be up. I'd be open to that as well, Aljoy. I'll be open to that, loan him out to a Prem team. If you can loan him out to a Prem team or a team that's playing Champions League, like a Leverkusen, obviously you got problems with Ten Hag because the guy's a fraud, or Porto, then yeah, I think that I would be open to that. And then your centre-back options then, why am I so low? Oh, it's because I'm sat like a fucking idiot. Yeah, there we go. Then your centre-back options then are Gvardiol left, Ake left, Diaz right, Huzanov right, Akanji 5th choice. And then John Stones actually, aren't you? Because he ain't going anywhere. So you got him 6th choice as well. For me then, you are stacked defensively. Last year, our defense was shambolic. I'm not talking about the performances. I'm talking about their availability. Yeah, we had to play Jamai Simpson-Pusey, mate. Yeah, at City in the Champions League because we had no players available. Yeah. Now, it's part of our own doing because the fucking 7 defenders we went into the season was stupid anyway. But that is just such a difference. We had 6 centre backs, 6. So we should be absolutely stacked there. Stacked. Now, problem will arise is because for me, I want City next season to get a back 2. Yeah, a centre back partnership going regular, bang, bang, game after game after game after game. Whether it's Gvardiol or Diaz, I'd like it, as I've said before. I'd like to try Gvardiol and Huzanov. That ain't going to happen. I'll have to park that for a minute. If it's going to be Gvardiol and Diaz, as much as I'd rather it be Gvardiol and Huzanov, play Gvardiol and Diaz game after game after game after game after game. Why? To build that relationship, man. How many titles, yeah, have been won and lost, or maybe won, on having a solid centre-back partnership? Yeah, you go back all the years, man. Yeah, you look at City in the first year, Julian Lescott and Vincent Kompany. Yeah, look at some of the ones United have had over the years. Vidic and Ferdinand. You look at John Terry and Carvalho, whoever it was. Yeah, you look at Liverpool now with Kanate and Van Dijk, Stones and Diaz in the treble year. Like, for me, I think we need to get like this. Now, that's going to cause a problem because then you've got, what, 5 or 4 other centre-backs who ain't playing. But for me, not my problem, bro. John Stones, we've told you you're not in our plans, apparently, as much as that fucking pains me to say. If we've told him he's not in our plans, he ain't playing, that's your problem. We told you to leave. You didn't leave. Don't moan at me if you're not playing. Yeah, Ake, I feel a bit tight on him, but he'll probably play a lot of left back as well, Ake, next year. I'd imagine that he's not going to play Ike Nori every single game next season. Ake will probably still get game time. Huzanov might struggle a little bit, but Huzanov for me can then be our first rotator. So, you know, a player gets injured or a player needs a rest, he steps in so he can get the rotation time. Yeah? And for me, Akanji, respectfully, is 5th choice. So he just doesn't play unless we've got a mad injury crisis or we need him to fill in at right back for a game. Yeah, I'd that's how my hierarchy would be. My hierarchy would be Gvardiol, Huzanov, probably Ake, then Diaz, then it probably would be Stones above Akanji, but Stones is never fit. So Akanji then Stones. That's my hierarchy. And then that's cool then. We've got so many players. Whereas last year we had no players. That defence was cooked. It was absolutely finished, mate. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got it. People haven't realised how good Vita is. I think, obviously, we've got a good player on our hands. And from what I've seen, he looks decent. The problem that I've got, Al, is that I've only seen him play against pretty dead teams. But, yeah, listen, I'm not massively against loaning him out. I'm not massively loaning him out. But I want him loaned out to a top team. Top, not fucking Girona, man. Yeah, not Girona, mate. Yeah. Get him, you know, Porto. I don't know what's going on at Porto these days. Yeah, but I tell you what as well. Hey, if we load him out to Porto, we could see a little Fernandez, Vitor Hayes little combination. Unless he plays him at left side of centre-back, which I think he's more natural on the left. But if he played on the right side centre-back, you could have Fernandez and Vitor Hayes playing together in the same team, and then we just, you know, get them both back next summer. You know what I mean? That's what you guys are saying. Yes, that's what you're saying, bro. LB, do you see Haaland's the cover of Time magazine? Someone just tagged me in it, bro. What is this? What is this? Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, weird, bro. Weird. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yo, big up E-Ink says yes, but not ridiculous release clause in Spain like 500 million. Yeah, no, but that's not that release clause, is it? That's a fucking you're not having a player. But you know, when you have a player that you know might want to leave in the future, then and also Spain, that you have to have a release clause. So a lot of these teams just don't want release clauses, so they just put these stupid ones in. But like players where you got to do it, you got to do it. Big up Signs as well. Says no right back, yeah, end the season now. Yo, big up for 22 months, bro. Fabrizio Bomber? Nah, it can't be. It can't be. Oh, it actually is! Oh, shit, bro. It actually is a bomber. No way. Holy shit. That's a madness. Oh, come on. Yo! Bombarino. That's it, bro. See, back on the stream, back getting bombers, bro. Exclusive. Manchester City and Nico O'Reilly have agreed on a new deal for 20-year-old talent. Bayer Leverkusen had 2 bids rejected. 2. Yo, that's kind of mad, you know. 2 bids rejected. That's crazy, no? That's crazy. I wonder how much they rejected. I would imagine that that's got to be over 30 mil. That's got to be over 30 mil we've rejected that. Also, our Premier League clubs. No way. Mad. I wonder if he leaves or like on loan or whether he stays. Because again, if we look at your big up sign silver for 22 mils, bro. If we look at the players that we have, and I just ask you the simple question of like, where's he? Irrational Red, let us bomber, bro. Let us bomber. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, like where's he gonna play, bro? I wonder if he wants to go on loan. It was Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's gonna go out loan. I think he's gonna stay. But I just think that, like, I don't know. I'm not surprised by it, but I'm just asking the question because you look at all the players we've got now in midfield. Rodri. Right, there's only 3 positions in midfield. Rodri, Reinders, Nico Gonzalez, Rico Lewis, fucking Nico O'Reilly. At the moment, we still have Kovacic and Gundogan. We got a lot of players, Bray. A lot of players. So it wouldn't surprise me, man, if the guy just went out on loan. I don't know, man. I just feel that like our midfield, we got a lot of players in that midfield. A lot of players in that midfield. A lot. Calvin Phillips. I fucking get out of it, man. Guys are Calvin Phillips. Yo, that's actually wild, bro. Calvin Phillips, you know. Oh my days. Oh my days, guys. Yo, what the fuck, man? Yo, Chach. Look at this. What's going on here, bro? Yeah. Time magazine, you know. That's crazy. Nah, it's just we got a lot of players. That's all. And people are going, oh, there'll be loads of game time for him. I just really. Unless Pep just doesn't. You know, before I said, oh, well, you could play Ake at left back. Maybe he's just not. Maybe he's just not going to do that. Maybe he's just not. Maybe he's not going to play Ake at left back. And maybe Nico O'Reilly is legit going to be our backup left back. Who knows? Why are you not watching Arsenal Spurs? Because I'm just not, bro. I'm just not watching it. I do need to do some watch along soon, though. So I'm going to start doing some. I'm going to go on live score and that and see what friendlies are happening and shit. Get on some. Make sure you're following more LB as well, because that's where they're going to be. That's where they're going to be, man. But yeah. Still 0-0 in that game, chat. Still 0-0. But yeah, I'm back now. I'm fully back. I'm back on it now. 2 streams a day. We're there. We're good. Yo, big up Benj, man. Yeah, good, bro. Spain, bro. Yo, big up Karl. All good, bro. All good, man. Bad mini bomber. Like, come on, bro. Jack Gone tweet. Ooh. Fake news on that. Fake news or no fake news? Oh, no fake news. Oh. I spoke with the City boss, and in the end, I believe them. I think the club know what they're doing. They'll sort it out. Oh, is this about 115? Oh, 115 bomber on that. Shared screen. Let's have a look, chat. Chat, scroll down. It's just not letting me scroll down. I think my PC's having a stroke. Bro, ads, man. Adverts. Advert. Here we go. I spoke with the bosses in the end. This is about what, chat? This is about 115. This is about 115. Yeah, this is when he was signing a contract. I spoke with the bosses. In the end, I believe them. It's a tricky situation for me to sit there and speak about because I wasn't really involved in it. I think the club knows what they're doing. They'll sort it out. And then Richard Masters, obviously, who is the Premier League CEO, was asked about it the other day. And he said, you can ask, but our rules are clear. I'm not allowed to speak about it. I'm sorry about that. Since the hearing concluded, City have committed more than £300 million to new signings. A stand that costs £300 million. That's £600 million we've spent. Puma have extended the contract by 10 years. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, shit, accountability. He did admit to making a mistake in the FA Cup final by Crystal Palace and not taking a penalty. He missed. I shouldn't have given it to a new player. All the responsibility is on me. I put him in that situation. I had a good feeling on him, but I should have taken it myself. Accountability, Bray! What's saying, man? Yes, fucking love this team sometimes, man. Sometimes they piss me off, innit? But they are accountable. Yeah? Well, most of them are. 99% of everyone at this club is accountable, mate, when shit goes wrong. Respect that, man. Yeah, you should have took the fucking penalty, mate. So respect. Nah, respect that. Again, I don't mind mistakes, man. Mistakes happen. If you're going to go through life and expect there not to be no mistakes, you're going to be cooked, mate, yeah? We're going to make mistakes. The club's going to make mistakes. Players are going to make mistakes. I ain't got a problem with that, man. I don't have a problem with it. Just fucking hold up. Put your hands up in the air and go, made a mistake. Yeah? Oh, last summer we were shit. Made a mistake. We're going to sort it out. Fairs. Yeah? Oh, I should have took the penalty. I didn't. My mistake. Fairs. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. Like, that's all fans want to hear, isn't it? That's all I want to hear. I should have done that. Hell, hold the L, move on. Now, if you hold a grudge against them forever, then that's just what you're doing, bro. I love it when like people just fucking accept their mistakes, isn't it? Bit late, but okay. Better late than never. Spurs are winning, by the way, according to chat. Better late than never. That's crazy. Yeah, I would imagine the bid for O'Reilly must have been over 30 million, chat. It's got to be over 30 million, man. I'd imagine it's got to be over 30 because he was contracted until 2028. I really don't see we would have sold him for anything less than that. And I don't think any clubs would have bidded less than 30 million, to be honest. Because apparently as well, City have rejected 25 million. Let's finish off on this story, chat, about McAtee. Let me just pull this up real quick. McAtee. Let's finish on this story. How much do you think City should be asking for James McAtee? Because Manchester City have rejected an offer in the region of £25 million from Nottingham Forest for James McAtee. Guardiola prefers to keep McAtee, but an exit will be sanctioned if the player has to leave, which he will. Man City's valuation of closer is 42 million for Cole Palmer in 2023. Now, there's a couple of differences here between him and Cole Palmer. One, Cole Palmer had done more at Manchester City for Manchester City on the pitch and demonstrated more than McAtee has. Yeah, because Cole Palmer, contrary to popular belief that he was shit at Manchester City, was far from shit at Manchester City. And in fact, when played in a good team in his correct place, actually was fucking mint. Hence why we should never have sold him. Anyway, also, we had a better contract with Cole Palmer. McAtee hasn't played as good as Palmer played for Manchester City and only has 1 year left on his contract. So I think 30. I think if you get more than 30, it's going to be a madness. Now, apparently, City do want a buyback clause in there, which is good, bro. Which is good, because if this guy does leave and goes on to be mega, then buy him back. Because this guy's a good player, man. I know a lot of people don't rate McAtee, yeah, but he's a good player. I've seen this guy in the academy do bits, yeah, and I maintain my opinion, but I maintain that second loan to Sheffield United was stupid. I maintain that was a stupid decision, in my opinion. Now, not everyone agrees. Some people think it'll be good playing Premier League at his age, blah, blah. But he didn't have the ball. He never touched the ball because Sheffield United never had the ball. So I said that was a dumb move, man. He should have gone Brighton or something, yeah? Anyway, what's done is done. Can't change it. But, yeah, if we do sell him, just put a fucking release clause, buyback clause in there. Even if it's 80 mil, don't give a shit. Because if he turns out to be the next Cole Palmer, which I don't think he will, but if it turns out to be the next Cole Palmer, buy him back. Yeah, buy him back. Kathy, that's rage bait, and I'm not falling for it. Do you think City not signing a DM is a bad move? Nah, I don't think it's a bad move. I think we got enough. We can't sign a DM, bro. I've said this before. I've said this bare times, yeah. But if you sign a DM, they're not going to play. There must be like a word for it or a phrase, but it's the Rodri conundrum. Because he is so good, if you buy a CDM, an out-and-out CDM, yeah, and Nico G is not a DM. Nico G is an 8 who can play at 6 sometimes. If you buy an out-and-out CDM, they're not going to play enough games. And what that's going to mean is if you buy a DM, they're going to sit on the bench, and then when you need to play, they're not going to be fresh, they're not going to be fully fit, and they're going to come on and they're going to be dead, like Calvin Phillips was. Because players need to have match momentum. So what we need to do is what we did in the treble year and have a player that can play next to Rodri in the 8 position and then fill in and do a job at 6. You don't need them to be world class at the 6. You don't need them to be amazing at the number 6 position. You just need them to do the job and get along with it and win your games and then get you through the period. And when Gundogan was doing that. Now, time will tell as to whether Nico Gonzalez can do it. At the moment, I'm not sure. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying I'm not sure. I don't know whether Reinders can do it yet as well. He did it good in the Club World Cup, but it was against poor opposition. You might have to change your tactic and just play both of them. So when Rodri doesn't play, instead of playing 1-6, you play 2 pivots, 2 players who split the Rodri job and then shift more pressure onto your attack and say, listen, because I've not got Rodri, I'm going to have to play 2 guys behind and have them, they could go forward and help out, but they're more defensively focused. So that leaves you with 1 less player going forward. But I don't think so. But Labour next year. And I don't know if this guy's is this guy a 6 or an 8? I don't really know. I've not seen too much of him, but I do think he's class. I think United should buy him. I said that for time. United should be all over Labour. I think he should be all over Labour. Rodri won't make it back to Ballon d'Or levels. Blues accept it. Yeah, maybe not, but he can still get back to being the best CDM in the world, man. 100%. We don't have 2 DMs. If you're classing Nico Gonzalez as a DM, he ain't a DM. He said it in his own interview. He's not a DM. He's not a DM. Yeah. Riders ain't a DM. So we don't have 2 DMs. Who's the other DM? We don't have a DM. Kovacic ain't a DM. So we don't have 2 DMs. We have 1. But we have enough players to hopefully get away with it. It's the same with Harvard. People are like, oh, sign a backup striker and play them when? When are you going to play him? When are you going to play this player? You're going to drop Haaland? They're never going to fucking play, mate. You know what I mean? I'll just drop him against fucking Burnley at home. And then what happens if we draw against Burnley? People will go, why the hell did you play him? You should have played Haaland. We'll sign someone that's better then. Then they're not going to accept to being on the bench. It's tough, but you can't do it, man. Yeah, that's why Alvarez wanted to leave. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez is not a 6. He's at 8. He said it himself in an interview. He's not a 6. Don't need a backup striker, man. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need a backup striker. I don't think we do. I don't think we need a backup striker. I think we're chilling. When Mamouche played at striker World Cup, I think he was great. Yeah, I think he's decent. I think the thing as well, yeah, big up Mohammed. I'll come to that in a second, bro. I think the thing is with Mamouche is we change a little bit. We play more as a false nine. So cool, man. We're fine. I think the DM position is okay. I think we'll be all right. I think the striker position is all right. My only concerns now is the goalkeeper position because I don't know who he's going to start in goal, and I'm not confident on any of them. The right back and our wingers. That's my concern areas. I think left back we're pretty chill now. Nori, Gavadio, Ake, Riley, chilling. Centre backs we're stacked. Midfield we're looking decent. Yeah, I think we're all right. I think it's the wingers because I'm still not sure whether Doku and Savio are going to be able to cut the mustard. Right back because we don't have one. And goalkeeper because I'm nervous because Edison's not great right now and Trafford's unknown. But I think they'll be addressed. The wingers will be addressed next year. If Doku and Savio don't step it up, they'll be addressed next year. And hopefully we'll sign a right back next year. You're mad if you think you're winning the Prem this season. Yeah, I don't think we'll win the Prem this season, to be honest with you. I think we'll come second. I think Liverpool will win the league again. I think they're going to win it anyway, regardless of whether they get Isak. I think Liverpool will win the league. I think City will come second. I think Arsenal will come third. Champions League, don't think so. I think we could win the domestic cups. I'd be full sending those domestic cups. But bro, I'm not even trying to like being negative or anything. I'm just giving you my opinion. I don't think we'll win the league. I think Liverpool will win it. I think Liverpool very good team. I think Slot, man. I remember saying that for like 3 weeks. I was like, yeah, this guy's a good manager, man. I think he's a good manager. So yeah, I think we'll come second, innit? Second, and just hopefully we win the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, win a double, get some trophies again. Yeah, bro. By me saying we're going to finish second is me saying we have a chance. I'm not out here saying there's absolutely no way we're going to win the league. I think we could win the league. I think we've got a very good team. But if you're saying to me now, who do I think we will win the league? I think it will be Liverpool. But I'm not here saying we've got no chance. Fucking hell. I think anyone that say we've got no chance is fucking on crack, mate, or some shit like that, yeah? Because, bro, we got a good team. It's just, I think Liverpool got a good team as well. I think they've got a really fucking good team. We need Salah. I tell you what we need, yeah? We need Salah to fall off, mate. We need Salah to fall off. Because I still think he's the key in their team. I know they've signed Verts, they might be getting Isak and that, yeah, but I think Salah for me is fucking, bro, 50-odd goal contributions last year. What? Guy's a fucking joke, mate. Guy's a joker. I think we're scamming UCL this season. I don't. I think you need to win the Champions League, bro, you've got to be good defensively. And until I see City getting back to being good defensively, I can't see. That's the thing about Champions League, bro. Like the league, yeah. I know Sir Alex Ferguson said, "Oh, you need your defense wins your titles." I don't think it does anymore. I think your attack wins your titles. I think your attack wins because now that you need 90 points, I think it shifts more towards your attack. I think that's now an outdated opinion. I think Champions League, I think defense wins your titles. I think defense wins your titles in Champions League. Absolutely. You need to have a good defense, man. I mean, look at Donnarumma last year for PSG. Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, best fullbacks in the world. Yeah. I think, yeah. Until I see City's defense being mint, then I don't think we'll win the Champions League. So, yeah, like, I'm not coming to the season with yeah, we're definitely going to win like the Prem and that. But, yeah, I think we could win it. I just don't think we will. We'll see. Also, I said this on my video the other day, yeah, and again, I'm trying to be balanced here. On Liverpool, everyone's saying, "Oh, City are in a transition year." Well, how come Liverpool not in transition year yet? They've just signed Kirkes, Frimpong, Verts. They're getting a new striker, so they're signing all these new players, but they're not in a transition year. How come we're in a How come City are in a transition year? Yeah, but Liverpool aren't. And then they go, "Well, it's because they bought better players." What? That's not what transition means. You're in a transition year when you bought loads of players. And you're transitioning from one team to another. It doesn't matter if one team better than the other. Like that's the whole point of saying you're in a transition year because you're swapping 5 players in your first team. Makes no sense to me. I still think they'll win it, but the point is I don't think people are fair when they're having these conversations. We'll see. Big up Simmons, man. I won 1 month off 2 years. I appreciate it massively, says John Simmons Bomber. Baldy will still be playing the Unks and I'll still be losing my shit. Funny guy. Big up for almost 2 years. I appreciate it. He also says Bernardo's trash and been made captain for foot's sake. We need him to get better, bro, because last year he was poor. I thought he was poor last year. And you know what? People towards the end of the season were saying, oh, he's got massively better. I still thought he was poor. But we need him to, but not just him, we need everyone to step it up, man. Everyone needs to step it up. Yeah. If Edison's our goalkeeper, he needs to step it up. Diaz needs to step it up. Yeah. Nunes needs to stop making errors. Yeah. Who else is in the team? Bernardo needs to step it up. Haaland needs to step it up. Foden needs to step it up. Yeah, we've got a lot of players last year who probably had their worst year ever at Manchester City. Yeah. Edison, Diaz, Foden, Bernardo, Haaland. Yeah. This ain't a hate thing. This is just facts. They all had their worst ever season at Manchester City last year. We all need them to be getting well better. And if they all get well better, then as a team, we'll be mint. But we're asking for like a lot of players, yeah, to step it up a lot. Now, if they do, we'll be right in the mix for the title, 100%. Yeah, I'm not having this that like we've got some shit team. We're not. But we're asking for a lot of players to step it up. You know, and some players have mad competition for places. Foden has got competition. If you don't step it up, bench, bro. Diaz, if you don't step it up, Huzanov. Edison, Trafford. Yeah, so, you know, the only one really we've not got competition for is Haaland. Now, you could drop him and play Marmoush. And actually, towards the end of last season, I thought we looked better as a team when Marmoush was in it and not Haaland. But the point is, you're kind of fucked with Haaland because he's on a 10-year contract on £500,000 a week. So it's kind of difficult to drop those players. Now, your contracts and wages should not dictate your playing, but, you know what I mean. LB, which of your new signings you're most excited for? It has to be Cherky, bro. It has to be Cherky. As an excitement factor, and your word there is excited. As an excitement, Cherky. Who do I think will come into the team and just be the best player? I think it'll be Reinders. Because I think he'll just come into the team and just slot straight into the team and just be fucking cooking on gas from day one. But you're telling me excitement. You're asking me the question about excited. It's Cherky. Cherky all day long. Cherky all day long. Cherky, man. Like, bro, what he did in that game, that what was it? The Nations League game when he scored that screamer, bro. That was unreal. That was unreal, bro. That game was mad. That was a generational watch along, man. You guys got to get on the scout along missions. We will be there. We will be there. You should expect more out of Bernardo. Is a wonderful footballer, back to best, but I don't think he'll. Yeah. Well, this is the thing is he's only 30, so there is a chance he could get back to like a high level. You know what I mean? But I don't know. And he's captain, so we'll see what happens there. Again, at least there's another player that doesn't chat shit. He just tells it as it is. Yeah. Fairs. All right, boys. Anything else before we go? I'll be back tonight anyway. 2 streams a day now. Every day. Every day in August. Maybe not every day because it's my birthday in August. Maybe every day. I don't know. Maybe I'll do 2 streams on my birthday. God knows. But yeah, anything else you guys want to chat about before we dip? LB, do you think Pep wants to play Reinders in a 6 if Rodri is injured? Maybe. I mean, he did it in the Club World Cup and was very good, but the opposition was dead. Listen, for me, what I do at the start, if Rodri's not available, is I'd play Nico Gonzalez and Reinders and play both of them and just say to both of them, normally we just have Rodri doing this one job, but I'm giving it to both of you. Just split it up. You know what I mean? That's what I personally do. But obviously you're changing the system there. Oh yeah, the poll. Let's have a look at the poll. So we did a poll right at the start of the stream. Yeah, we've had bare votes on it as well, so it's quite interesting. Thoughts on James Trafford? The 4 options were: I'm buzzing, I'm okay with it, would rather we didn't, and awful. 6% of you guys said it's an awful signing. 4% of you guys are saying would rather we didn't. 45% are saying I'm okay with it. and 45% of you guys are saying you're buzzing. So it's yo, that's kind of mad. I didn't expect it to. Listen. To be fair, I did not expect as many people to be as positive on James Trafford as there are. So fair fucks, isn't it? Fair dues, Bray. There we go. I'd probably be in the I'm okay with it. I'm okay, but I'm excited. Like I do think it could be mint. Like I think he's got the qualities to be a top goalkeeper, but that doesn't mean he will. Who would I start the season? If it was me, I'd start Edison. But I'm doing a no fucks situation. Whereas I'm telling him, listen, you've been my goalkeeper for the last 8 years, and I think you've been mint. Last year, you were poor. Worst season you've ever had at City. Club World Cup, you were poor. I'm going to start you. But as soon as I start to see mistakes, yeah, you're out. Like, bro, this is a professional sporting institution, mate. Yeah. You can't just be playing players because they're legends. Like, if they're not good enough, you got to. I'm not saying fucking cast him out and send him train with the under 15s. Be a bit weird, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm saying, bro, I'm starting you. I'm giving you the opportunity here, but as soon as you start to, you're gone. Just like I do with any other player, by the way. Yeah, if I ignore he starts and he's crap, I put in it Ake or O'Reilly. No different. Yo, big up LG, man. Says, yo, LB Forest fan here. Are you guys done in the transfer window? Yeah, we're done, apparently. Like, one of the City's best sources has said we're not signing any more players. And to be honest with you, our squad's fucking massive. So, yeah, I doubt we're going to sign any more players. Do I think I don't think we'll go for Gibbs White. I think we'll go for Wharton, bro, because I think Rodri's 30 next year. So we got to keep one eye on Rodri and his potential replacement. And I think Wharton might be that guy. And we need English players. Whereas Gibbs White, we don't really need an 8. Like, we've got Reinders, we've got Gonzalez, we've got Foden. We've got a lot of players who can play in that position. So for me, I think it'll probably be Wharton. So I think we're done on that one. But yeah, that was a mad saga, bro. That was crazy saga. That was a crazy, crazy saga. I seen some guy put on I seen some guy put on Twitter, Tottenham Hotspur are the only team that can activate a release clause and for the player to sign a new contract at the club. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I think he'll go next year, though. I think he goes next year. It reminds me of Cunha. Matheus Cunha when he signed a contract at Wolves. And he's only signed a 1-year contract extension, I think. So, yeah, I think he stays for 1 more year, Gibbs White, and I think he leaves next year. He's probably increased his release clause by maybe 5 mil, 10 mil, I'd imagine, and then he goes next year. But you kept to keep him for 1 more year, and then you get his release clause next year. I think that's what happens. Because Cunha, bro, like, obviously, I don't do the whole ITK shit, yeah? I don't do the whole ITK or, like, I don't do that, yeah? The only times I've had information, me, is Juma Bar and Jack Grealish. That's it. I don't get info. I don't get ITK info. However, my mate, last summer, yeah, he does suits, and he said, he don't even like football. He said, oh, guess who's in the shop today getting a suit? I was like, who? He said, Cunha's agent. He said he's going United. He's going for meetings now with United. He's going to join United next summer. So that was already agreed 1 year ago, bro. So that's the thing with transfers. And obviously I'm not saying I know everything, but I think with transfers, yeah, I think a lot of transfers are planned 6 months or a year in advance, maybe even 2 years in advance. I think some people think that, oh yeah, this transfer just got done like a month ago. I don't think that's how clubs operate. I think clubs literally have a long-term view, and bro, it's probably already agreed, man. It's probably already agreed. I am chill, bro. What are the spamming it? What are you spamming for? Why are you always spamming? Why are you always spamming? You getting timed out? Sorry, bro. I've got to time you out, man. So we've got to have rules around here, bro. Otherwise, turn into a fucking lawless society, mate. You know what I mean? We've got to have rules, bro. Nah, Nathaniel, we're not getting one. We're done. Did you see the video of Saeed calling Benjamin Tesco? Nah, that's crazy. Benjamin Tesco. What the fuck? That was actually mad. That's actually wild. Right, boys, I'm done out here. Yo, first stream back from holiday was a solid W. We are back 2 streams a day, every single day in August. That's the challenge. Oh, yo, I might set myself a challenge, man. I might set myself a challenge. Every day of August, 2 streams a day. But my birthday's in August, so I don't know how I'm going to fucking win that one. Then I just got to wake up in the morning, do a stream, and then do a stream at night or something. I don't know. We've got to do it, man. I'm doing myself a challenge. 2 streams a day, every single day in August. And we'll go to a live school website tonight, and I'll see what watch-alongs are going on the next couple of days. We'll start spamming some watch-alongs out as well. Oh, I'm back in the mood now. Like, I've had me rest. I've had me fucking, you know, me, whatever it's called, my mini retirement, as Gary Neville calls it, and yeah, mini retirement. He's such a weapon, man. He's such a weapon. Mini retirement. He chats so much crap, bro. It's actually unbelievable. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all well. Smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And in fact, who's live? Anybody live? Anybody? Yo, why did Lee's turned into IRL streamer, boys? Hey, come on. Lee's turned into IRL streamer. Come on, bro. He's live actually for the game, innit? I'll redirect to Lee live. Lee's doing a Arsenal Tottenham watch along, so I'll redirect it to him. LB Raid in his chat. Spam LB Raid. And people, I'm out of here. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.